When more than a dozen Venezuelan refugees fled to Guyana to avoid a worsening economic crisis in their country, they were on Monday fined and deported after appearing at the Georgetown Magistrates Courts. On Thursday, at post-cabinet press briefing, Minister of State was asked if the coalition government would turn a blind eye on Venezuelan refugees who did not observe their laws on immigration policy, given the humanitarian crisis the oil-rich country is facing. Minister Harmon said,
"Well, the law is the law. The government will not tell the courts how to act. The fact that the persons were actually brought to the court meant that there would have been some offense that had been committed. Very often when people go to court, they manufacture these defenses on their way to court. And so I would not think that people would not try to find a defense once they're going to court.
Sources have confirmed that an additional 100 refugees are expected to be deported in the coming week. Minister Harmon said that Guyana has a humanitarian side, but do not break our laws.
But what I can say to you is that we have a very humanitarian approach to this matter. We believe that we have a responsibility in this part of the hemisphere to demonstrate that we are warm, we are welcoming, and we are a hospitable country, and that be they Venezuelans, Brazilians, Sudanese, or whatever, once they are faced with those circumstances, that we will not come down with a harsh hand on them. All we require is that they respect our laws and that they come through the proper ports of entry to report their presence in Guyana.
President David Granger had told media operatives that while the situation in the neighboring country was a cause for concern given the territorial controversy between the two countries, his administration had not worked out a plan for dealing with the refugees. Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defence Force, Brigadier Mark Phillips, has assured the nation that the Army has been placed on high alert and has been proactively monitoring the situation. Minister Harmon reiterates government's position on its territorial integrity.
We, of course, have our responsibility to ensure the integrity of our borders and that the immigration procedures which are applied to any person who comes to Guyana, that we will apply those procedures. And so anybody coming from Venezuela for food and things like that, we have not made any major statement on that matter. In fact, we support people who come to Guyana on those grounds.
George, the economy of Venezuela has been in crisis since the decline in oil prices on the world market, and its people has been suffering. In fact, the mayor of Venezuela's capital had warned that neighboring countries such as Guyana would suffer an influx of refugees from Venezuela as food shortages continue to prevail in the country. George, back to you.